Kindness is often seen as something soft, something optional in a world that rewards speed, competition, and visible success. Motivation, on the other hand, is celebrated everywhere. We are constantly told to push harder, dream bigger, and never stop chasing our goals. But what if the real secret to lasting success is not motivation alone? What if it is kindness combined with steady discipline that truly transforms a life? This is the story of how one ordinary person discovered that greatness is not built through pressure alone, but through compassion, consistency, and courage. Arman grew up in a modest neighborhood where life was simple but challenging. His family did not have much money, but they had strong values. From an early age, he watched his parents work long hours without complaining. They treated everyone with respect, whether they were neighbors, shopkeepers, or strangers. Arman learned that dignity was not connected to wealth, and kindness did not require status. These lessons stayed with him even when life became more complicated. In school, Arman was not the smartest student, nor the most confident. He often compared himself to others and felt he was falling behind. But instead of giving up, he developed a quiet habit of trying again. When he didn't understand a lesson, he asked questions. When he failed a test, he studied harder. At the same time, he noticed classmates who struggled silently. He began helping them with homework, explaining concepts in simple ways. These small acts of support created bonds. He realized that when he helped others succeed, he felt stronger himself. As he entered adulthood, responsibility replaced childhood dreams. Arman took a job in a busy corporate office. The environment was competitive. People were focused on promotions, bonuses, and recognition. Mistakes were criticized openly, and stress was constant. Arman felt the pressure to adapt. He wondered if kindness would make him appear weak. For a short time, he tried to become distant, focusing only on his tasks. But he quickly noticed something troubling. Without connection, motivation felt empty. So he made a decision. He would work hard, but he would not change his values. He treated coworkers with respect regardless of their position. He listened when someone was frustrated. He stayed calm during tense meetings. Slowly, people began trusting him. They approached him not just for help with tasks, but for advice and encouragement. Arman discovered that motivation grows faster in an environment of support than in an atmosphere of fear. One year, the company faced a serious financial crisis. Rumors of layoffs spread quickly. Fear filled the office. Conversations became cautious, and teamwork began to disappear. Everyone was trying to protect themselves. Arman felt afraid too. He worried about his future and his family's stability. But instead of allowing fear to control him, he focused on what he could control, his behavior. He started checking in on teammates, offering support and reassurance. He reminded them that panic would not solve problems. When mistakes happened, he encouraged solutions instead of blame. His calm presence slowly influenced the team. Even during uncertainty, people felt slightly more secure around him. Motivation returned in small amounts, fueled by unity rather than competition. Eventually, layoffs were announced. Some of Arman's closest colleagues lost their jobs. The office felt quieter and heavier. Arman kept his position, but he did not celebrate. Instead, he helped those leaving by writing recommendations and connecting them with opportunities. He spent evenings reviewing resumes and offering interview advice. These acts required time and emotional energy, but he believed success meant little if it was not shared with compassion. A few months later, Arman was called into a meeting with senior management. They had observed his behavior during the crisis. They noticed how his team remained stable and productive under pressure. They offered him a leadership position. Arman hesitated. He questioned whether he was ready. He feared that authority might force him to compromise his values. But after reflection, he accepted the role, promising himself that he would lead with integrity. Leadership tested him in new ways. Decisions became heavier. He had to address conflicts directly and manage performance honestly. At first, it felt overwhelming. There were moments when he doubted himself. But he chose transparency. He explained decisions clearly and listened to feedback openly. When someone underperformed, he guided them rather than humiliating them. When he made mistakes, he admitted them. Slowly, trust deepened. Under his leadership, the team's culture began to change. People felt safe expressing ideas. They were less afraid of failure because they knew mistakes would become learning opportunities. Productivity improved naturally. Arman realized that kindness does not reduce standards, it strengthens them. When people feel respected, they aim higher willingly. Outside of work, Arman started volunteering at a community center on weekends. He met young individuals struggling with confidence and direction. Many believed they were not capable of success because of past failures. Arman shared his own journey openly. He explained that motivation is not about feeling inspired every day. It is about showing up even when energy is low. It is about discipline during ordinary days. One teenager in particular reminded Arman of his younger self. The boy lacked confidence and frequently spoke negatively about his abilities. Arman mentored him patiently, encouraging small goals and celebrating progress. Over time, the teenager's mindset shifted. He began studying consistently and believing in his potential. Watching that transformation reinforced Arman's belief that kindness creates powerful ripple effects. Balancing work and volunteering was exhausting. There were nights when Arman felt drained. During those moments, he learned an important lesson: kindness must include oneself. He began prioritizing rest and reflection. He understood that burnout helps no one. Sustainable motivation requires balance. By caring for his own well-being, he preserved his ability to serve others effectively. Years passed, and Arman's influence expanded. He was invited to share his leadership approach in workshops and meetings. He spoke about the importance of empathy in professional spaces. He emphasized that true strength lies in emotional control, not aggression. People listened because his words were supported by actions. There were still setbacks. Projects failed. Economic challenges returned. Personal difficulties tested his resilience. But Arman's foundation remained strong. He responded to problems calmly rather than reacting impulsively. He paused before making decisions. He chose patience over pride. Each challenge became an opportunity to practice what he believed. Eventually, recognition came in the form of promotions and public appreciation. Yet Arman noticed something interesting. The applause felt less important than the trust he had built. The real reward was seeing others grow. Former team members became leaders themselves. The teenager he once mentored graduated and began mentoring others. The cycle of kindness continued beyond him. Looking back, Arman understood that his journey was not defined by one dramatic moment. It was shaped by small daily choices, choosing respect over ego, discipline over excuses, compassion over convenience. Motivation gave him direction, but kindness gave him meaning. Together, they formed a path that felt both strong and human. The lesson of his life became simple: success achieved without kindness feels empty, and kindness practiced without discipline lacks direction. But when the two are combined, they create lasting impact. Anyone can start this journey. It does not require wealth or extraordinary talent. It requires consistency, courage, and care. Every day offers a choice. You can compete without compassion, or you can grow while lifting others. You can chase recognition, or you can build character. True greatness is not loud. It is steady. It is disciplined. It is kind. And when kindness guides your actions and motivation fuels your effort, even an ordinary life can become extraordinary.